All right, what's up, Facebook group exploders? Just want to do a video real quick, just to kind of show you, how to set up a group if you don't already have a group set up. Maybe go over some other different little things, some just little tips and tidbits to give you, just as we get started with this and get kind of going. But basically, I'm actually over here in my other group. This group I grew to 1,138 members in just over 90 days, I guess it was. I grew to 1,000 members in 80 days, and then I kind of sat back and coasted and didn't really do much with it. But anyway, if you are ready to start a group, if you haven't already created a group, basically when you're on your home page, and this is on a laptop, this is actually a PC, or this is a Mac. I'm on a Mac. But anyway, you just scroll down over here on the right-hand side, you'll see Create Group. You can just click that button. We'll see how this works, because I know my computer gets really slow, especially when I'm trying to do live recordings. But yeah, basically this is going to pop up saying create new group, and then you can just put a name, whatever you want your group name to be. You can change this. I think you can change it like one time per month, so it's not a huge deal. Then you have to add at least one person to the group before you can kind of create the group. But then once you do that, once you add one person and you create a name, you can click here if you want to pin it into your shortcuts. That way it shows up over here on your left. And then basically just hit create group. And then once you get in, I'll show you guys, basically how to set everything else up later. But that's all there is to it in order to create a group. And ultimately, guys, what we're going to be trying to do, what we're trying to do inside of this course or this group itself is to basically teach you, I'm trying to teach you how to get, obviously 1,000 members in 90 days. But one of the ways to do that is a couple of ways. First of all, we want to try to get your group showing up over here on the right-hand side of the screen. So with this group, Builderall Masters, Builderall, if you don't know, if you're not inside of this group, Builderall is basically like ClickFunnels. It's just a really cool platform online that you can use to create, websites and sales funnels, and it's got way more stuff than ClickFunnels as far as it has an autoresponder and all kinds of stuff. If you want more info, guys, you can always just reach out to me and I can share it with you. But anyway, because this is a Builderall group, you're going to see kind of like affiliate marketing and stuff like that over here on the side. Stuff that's going to be similar to the group that you're in, right? So ultimately, whatever your group is, we want to get you to start showing up. Like when somebody's in a different group that's related to your group, we want your group popping up over here. And you can see that these groups don't have a lot of members, 109 members, 139 members, 142, 310, 108. So these aren't exactly groups that are like, huge groups. But that's where we ultimately want you to be, is over here. And then also if somebody types in up top, so I'm going to go ahead and go back over to our group. But what you're trying to do here is when you type in a keyword, like we want your group showing up. So like right now, if I just type in Facebook, or I don't even have to put in Facebook, just FaceB, and you can see Facebook group explosion pops up. Now, right now, the reason is because I go to Facebook group explosion quite often, but we can also get your group to show up just like all these other things over here, that are showing up. We can ultimately get your group to kind of show up as soon as people start typing things in, and hopefully get some traffic coming to your group that way as well. You can see here, obviously I'm at top because that's the name of the group. 53 members. I think we're at like day 4 or something. We just started this on Thursday. But now what you'll see is inside of this group, because we haven't really taken off and we haven't really gotten a lot of comments and posts and all that kind of stuff, Facebook is still trying to figure out what this group is about. I mean, you'd think they would know, obviously because of the name Facebook Group Explosion, that it's about Facebook groups, but it's not really that definitive, right? So over here on the right, you're not going to see any suggested groups. There's nothing over here. But as we build this group and we get more people coming into the group and we start sharing and commenting and all that kind of different stuff, and Facebook starts figuring out through their algorithm what this group is about, then we'll start seeing other suggested groups over here on the right. that are going to be similar to what this group is, because ultimately, like I said, Facebook wants to keep its members on Facebook. They don't want you going to YouTube. They don't want you going to Twitter or anything else, Instagram. They want you on Facebook. So they're going to do everything they can to put all of your interests in front of you, while you're on Facebook. So, other than that, once you get your group up, you can come in here and you can change your cover, your group cover. It took me like 2 minutes to do this one. I'd use Canva. If you haven't heard of Canva, it's canva.com. It's a free website that you can do really quick, easy graphics, just like I did here. Like I said, it took me about 4 minutes, and this was all free. I know it doesn't look great, but it doesn't have to look great, to be honest, when you're first getting started. So many people want to try to perfect everything before they decide to launch, and that's like the last thing that you want to do. Like, you just want to get started and get going. That way you can start growing, and you can always change and do things, as you're progressing down the line. You can always come back here. You can always change that. You can always you can even change the name of the group if you wanted to. And that's kind of the beauty of having a group, is that you can come in here and really just let it kind of morph into whatever it's going to ultimately end up being, right? So it's kind of a really cool thing. But first thing you want to do, obviously, is pick a niche, right? Like, or a niche, whatever you want to call it. Chances are you guys already know what yours is. It's probably affiliate marketing, something along those lines. I know the one person was talking about like dog walking or training or something like that. So that's cool. That's definitely a cool niche to get into. But once you get that going, then it's all about just creating content inside here, trying to get post engagement. I'll show you guys like group insights real quick. So once you have your group created, you'll have all these cool little things over here that you can kind of do. And group insights is going to be what shows you, how your group is doing as far as growth goes and that kind of thing. And right now, there's not going to be a ton of info, again, just because this group is so new. I should have probably stayed over on the other group to show you, better, because, it's got a lot more content and stuff like that, obviously. So right now you can just see basically, group insights, 53 members, and this is over the last 28 days. Obviously, we're only 4 days old. 350 posts, comments, and reactions, so that's pretty good. And then I think we have like 94 members that are active, or not 94, 24 or 34. I don't know. We'll check it out here in a second. Sorry, guys. So total members 53, and you can kind of go through your timeline. Like, once, like I said, you get 90 days down the road and you got 1,000 members, you'll be able to see this nice little curve that goes all the way across the screen. You're looking for a nice steady lower left to upper right, line, I guess, because that's going to show that your group is growing. But there will be some days where you'll see nice little dips and stuff where nothing happens or whatever, and it's no big deal. But then down here at the bottom, 49 people approved, and no people were declined, no people are blocked yet. We'll get into that kind of later in different lessons. And no current pending. So I'll scroll back up here. Post, comments, and reactions. Again, this is just kind of good stuff to know. Like, group insights is going to show you what you're doing well and what you're kind of not doing well. So it's definitely something that you want to look into, check it out, and see what's going on. Like here, we got 30 posts total, and it kind of just walks you through like how many posts per day. So you can see like we had a big spike when we first started the group, and now it's been kind of falling off, which is typical. You get kind of going, and same thing here with member growth. That first day we got like 30 members right away, and now we're at 53 total, and you can kind of just see where that went. Post, comments, and reactions. So this is going to be really helpful for you later on down the road. Like I said, as you're growing your group, figuring out what days people are coming in and checking this, or coming into your group. Like, it'll tell you your days, and then over here it's going to actually show you your times. So you can pick a day, and then it'll show you the time slot of when you're getting the most engagement, and that's really important, because that's when you want to be really kind of pitching anything that you're going to be selling down the road. Like, if you plan on monetizing your group and you want to promote a product or something, obviously you want to promote it when the group is hot. So figuring out what day of the week is best. And then there's also some things that I'll be sharing with you later down the road, to where when you see days that are not doing so well, different things that you can do to boost up the activity in those days. So you can see like top posts, 19 comments, 17 likes, 25 views. I guess that's just my intro welcome. Same thing. It's just gonna kind of show you who's doing what, which is always good to know. And then, like I said, if we go back up to the top and go over to the actual members, more member detail. Now this is going to show you who's like your top contributors in the group, and this I think is one of the most important things for me. Like I said before, when you guys are going inside of other groups and you're posting and commenting and answering questions and that kind of thing, those group admins, as long as it's like a group that actually has admins, they're going to be able to see you and they're going to start recognizing you, right? Like, so William, I know William from my other group. He obviously he comments and posts a lot, but Jan, Todd, Evan, Richard, I've known. Karen, I've known. Divine Real, she's awesome. I definitely she posts a lot and does a lot of great YouTube stuff, guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of her lives. She always does great live videos. Jeannie, I've seen in the other group. 1010 is new. Haven't seen them before. But what I'm getting at is that when you're inside your groups, guys, you're going to start recognizing these people, And same thing goes for you. If you're inside these other groups and you're a top contributor, the admin of those groups are going to know who you are, which is where you want to be, because obviously it gets that name recognition out there, and all of a sudden you're that person that is always liking and commenting and posting and all those good things. And it starts building your relationship without actually even reaching out to the person or having an actual relationship with that person, So this is definitely a really cool thing to check out, your top contributors. What I typically do is I will just scroll to where just the top 5 are showing. I'll do a screenshot, and then every month, because this is 28 days, so every 30 days or so, I will do a top contributors. I'll take a screenshot of this with the top 5, and then I'll give them a shout out in the group, because ultimately everybody likes recognition, right? So if you start doing that, it'll also kind of entice other members to be top contributors, because they want to be in the spotlight next month, So yeah, basically that's how that goes. I know this video is already getting kind of long, 12 minutes. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off. But yeah, that's basically how you start a group, guys. Once you get that going, if you haven't already, like I said, we'll get in here and I'll show you some different things that you can do as far as moderating the group, which you can set up as you first create your group. But basically, you can that's where you go to set your rules, and you can set admins and all that kind of cool stuff. So we'll be going over this later. I just wanted to try to do a shorter video, which I'm sorry it got to 13 minutes already. But just wanted to do kind of a shorter video just to kind of show you guys how to initially just start a group. Again, I will come back in here and show you what all this stuff means. So real quick, scheduled posts, you can schedule a post where it's going to go out, one of the things that you can do as a group owner is typically, a lot of people don't have a lot of time for a lot of things, right? So what you can do is when you have an hour or two, you can sit down, write out a whole bunch of posts, and then you can actually just schedule them for, later down the road. So you can post, say once a day, you could post a different thing, whatever it is that you want to do. But that way, that you're not going to miss a day. Definitely cool, but it takes a little bit of time to do it. And if you just block out an hour, like I said, you can get a whole bunch of these knocked out and going. Member requests, that's just going to be whenever somebody requests to join, it's going to show them, pop up and show if they answer the questions or not. Approval notifications, that's going to send you notifications if, you need to approve somebody. Create rules, that's the rules of the group. Everybody should have rules, and you need to stick with them for sure. Member reported, that would be if another member wanted to report a member of your group because of breaking one of your rules or something like that, it'll come up there. Auto flag is going to be something that Facebook does. So with member reported, that means a member is going to report another member. If it's auto flagged, it means that Facebook didn't like the post and they're going to flag it for you. So that's basically it, guys. We'll get a lot more into this in greater detail later down the road. Just again, wanted to show you real quickly just a how to start the group kind of thing. And then in later videos, we will go over how to set everything up. So hopefully this made sense. Sorry if it got long, but if you got any questions, make sure to reach out to me. In the meantime, guys, go out there, share this group with whoever you know that might be interested in growing their own group. That way we can start getting this process going, and then look forward to having some competitions and stuff like that in the future, because that's another way that I use to really start growing groups. So hopefully that makes sense, guys, and we will see you all in the next live video. See ya.